Alright, hi everyone, it's Amy. I'm doing a spot today with UPOP. UPOP is a YouTube channel. I'm here today with Jonathan CANDOR. This is a super anticipated interview. I'm super excited. Are you super excited? How are you?
I'm super excited. A lot's going on really, really fast. So yeah, I'm really excited about this.
That's awesome. So, where are you from, Jonathan?
So I'm born and raised in San Diego, California. I've lived here my whole life. I mean, I've lived in other places, but I'm from San Diego, born and raised.
That's awesome. I was just getting some information. I'm being told that you are homeless and live in a van. Someone else says you're making it up. What is this sick?
So I am not homeless anymore. I was before. Like when I started doing music, I was straight up like legit homeless. So that was like real. But even back then, like people didn't believe me. People thought that I was lying or whatever. I'm not. Like I was homeless, but I'm not homeless anymore. So now I have a place and stuff.
Okay, awesome. So I'm happy to hear that. Let's rewind it a little, and I apologize if it brings up some memories, but how did you end up homeless?
So I guess I was doing fine, doing well, and then I guess I just like went through like a dark period or whatever you want to say, and like I went to like a mental hospital for a while. So when I came out, I didn't have like a place to go. I didn't want to stay with my parents or anything like that. So I just was like, I'm just gonna like, figure it out on my own. You know what I mean? And they actually the state offered me a place to stay, but I was like, nah, I'll just figure it out. So I just wanted to do it by myself. Like I wasn't trying to like go to like a state funded program or anything like that. Like I was done spending with them. So yeah.
Okay, so I would say that's a super California story then.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
How would you say San Diego treated you during that time?
During the time that I was in the mental hospital or what?
That and while you were living on the streets, I presume.
So, I mean, in the mental hospital, like, honestly, like, a lot of people would complain and be like, like, this isn't fair or whatever. I felt like, it like, provides a service that certain people, like, need. So, like, it was what it was. It's not a place I want to go back to, but it is, I don't have like negative feelings towards it. As far as being homeless in San Diego is concerned, I mean, the weather's good here. It's not like being homeless like in Tennessee or something like that where it's like snowing or it gets really, really cold. Or I don't know if it snows in Tennessee, but someplace where that happens. So it's pretty normal. Like people aren't mean or anything like that. But also I think it depends on how you are as a person, because even though I was homeless, like I worked every day, I stayed as clean as I possibly could, I paid for stuff, I didn't steal stuff. Like if you're just like a homeless person who's like doing drugs and sitting in front of us like a 7-Eleven like trying to get free drinks or something like that, like I don't know, you might have a different experience than mine. But mine was positive. Like I had no issues and people were like super nice and friendly with me. So
that's what I wanted to key in on. So I'm really glad that San Diego locals were able to treat you well. How do you feel about the internet as a community? What do you think about people who might say that your music is no good?
Oh, dude. I honestly, I knew that, like, before I did this, like, I knew that haters was a thing. I didn't realize that it was going to be, like, such, like, a big thing. Like, I didn't, because, like, I guess there's a lot of people who say mean stuff in the comments, but I'm still going to do music. I don't care what they say. Like, I'm not going to stop, doing what I'm doing just because, like, they say what they say in the comments. So, and I've had people who's, like, in the beginning said mean things, and now their comments are nice. So, you just never know. And I've had people in the beginning who like my music and they don't like it now. So, it's just people are people, you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah.
Okay, so do you have a lot of hate comments?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes, I have a lot of hate comments. I would love to be like, no, it's only a few people, but like, yes, I have a lot of hate comments. Like, I want to say like the vast majority of the comments are like people saying mean stuff or like memes or like just trying to make jokes. I just see it as them being funny. I don't really see it as people like have a personal vendetta with me. I think there are certain people who do. Like, I do think there are a few comments that I've read where I feel like they are personally like assaulted by me or something. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, for the most part, like, I think people are just being funny or whatever. Like, they're being comical.
Well, internet, you hear that? You're lucky he has a good attitude. All right. People were talking about how you claim to be the best rapper in San Diego. Do you really think that?
Okay, so For sure, for 2021, no rapper is got numbers like I have numbers right now in 2021. And I don't have like the biggest numbers, but I have really big numbers for coming out of nowhere, and for San Diego, because San Diego is like a really small music industry, so there's very few artists. So I'm definitely there. Okay, so let me just be fair. There's other rappers, and I want to give them their credit, like Hardini. He's another rapper from San Diego. There's other ones I don't really know their names, and they have more numbers than I do for sure. But from last year and years prior, as of 2021, like I'm definitely like the one putting up new music and big numbers first. So now, as far as best rapper, I wouldn't say like I'm better or worse than anybody else, but I am the best. Like I'm not considering anybody else. I'm just the best rapper in San Diego. So that's how it is.
You hear that, guys? It's a challenge. All right.
Even the interview person is setting me up. But all right, that's cool. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, you name dropped a few people. I would imagine that you that you like their music to be listening to it, right? So.
I mean, yeah.
Friendly competition.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So, how long have you been doing music for?
I have been doing music. Goodness, like I guess since I was probably like 10, 12 years old or something like that. So a long time. But like doing it seriously, I've only been doing music seriously for, I want to say, since like November of last year. Yeah, that's when I would say I was doing music seriously since the time that since the time I recorded my first music video.
Okay. So what got you into music in the first place? What got you into this style of music in November?
So when I was in the mental hospital, I had a guitar. And so I started playing guitar, and I started making music with the guitar. And when I got out, I guess I just kind of kept following that. And also I wanted to do music that not everybody's doing. Like, because I didn't want to just come out and like make, like rap songs like everybody else, or make like punk rock songs like everybody else. So I kind of just made the two genres together, like punk music and like hip hop trap music. And then I just wanted to make it my own sound. Like I just wanted to have like something, I wanted to have like originality to my music, you know what I mean? I didn't want to just do something that everyone's doing, you know what I'm saying?
That's really cool.
Yeah, so
this kind of genre is new for me, so who inspires you?
My inspirations are, I would say my inspirations are probably like, dang, it's so hard to say, honestly. It's so hard to say. I would say like, I'm probably a pretty big inspiration for myself to do music. Maybe like, dang, I can't really think of an artist where I'm like, yeah, that person like really inspires me to do music. Like maybe Blink-182 a little bit, maybe like System of a Down. I mean, that's like, those are the ones I can't really think of anybody who like, yeah, those would have to be the ones.
That's amazing. I've seen both of them. San Diego, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of like your personal taste and personal style then, for sure.
Like those two groups?
Yeah.
I think more like, I mean, I listen to them, but not like, I don't listen to any one kind of music like that consistently. Like I'm usually jumping around. Like the only person I literally probably listen to really consistently is I probably listen to J-pop super consistently, and like Yami Online. That's the only stuff that I listen to consistently. But like as far as inspiration for the music that I've made, like the music that's out right now, like that would probably be like along those lines, like that guitar driven, like alternative rock, punk rock kind of style, you know what I mean?
Okay,
so
cool.
Yeah.
So, you said Yami. Is that a name or a word?
So Yami Online is like a virtual reality artist. So yeah. So yes, it's a word, and yes, it's a person. Yeah, kind of both.
So it's kind of both. Okay, what are some other words that I should know as part of this genre and your influences?
That's a really good question, actually. And I would say that one very important word is utau, because like the music video that's going to drop either like probably like next month, that I'm going to start using all utau. So utau is like basically like this program. So you basically put like phonemes into it of your voice. So you make phonemes with your voice, you put it into utau, and then utau turns it into like sung word.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a Japanese program. It's really dope. Like I like it, and it's kind of like it's the bootleg version of Vocaloid. So if you can't afford Vocaloid, then you just get utau. But yeah, utau is pretty cool.
Oh, that's
So that's a word you should like definitely know. You guys should know UPOP. That's coming like.
awesome.
Yep.
So you're early on in your career. What do you think it will be like going forward?
I feel like I'm gonna be successful for sure. Like that's, I'm not concerned about how successful I'm gonna be. I just don't really know like which direction I'm gonna go in. I don't know like, I really just don't know like how the industry works enough. I know how the internet music industry works. I know how to do marketing and stuff like that. Like I'm really good at marketing, but I just don't know how like big record labels work, because like I make pop music, but the pop music that I make is like, it's like internet pop music. It's like kind of meme-ish. It's kind of like trollish a little bit. So, you know, it's definitely not like a Justin Bieber kind of song, because Justin Bieber makes music that's like, you know, like romantic or like very like, how could I explain it? Like very pretty. And my music is more like aggressive in a pop sense without cussing. It's like aggressively soft. It's very like middle class. Like that's what it is. It's like middle class music.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you plan to sign with a label anytime soon?
I think for like, if a record label was like, oh yeah, we want to sign you. I mean, if I felt like it wasn't an unfair deal, maybe I would sign with them. But I think what's going to be more realistic is that I'm probably going to get way further in my business, and by the time a record label would actually approach me, it wouldn't make any sense like financially for me to go with the record label, because I'm already, by as far as that I've gotten this far, I've already realized I'm going to have to do most of this by myself. So I think the only time a record label would be interested in me is once there was like a lot of money being produced, and then I'm already did it by myself. So why would I, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense for me to sign with a record label at that point. So probably not.
Charity.
Well, yeah, no, I'm good. I'll donate to like somebody who actually needs it.
Okay. How do you feel about the attention that your channel is already getting?
I'm really happy about it. Like, I am super excited about it. Like my videos, my videos will get like more interaction with less views than other videos with way more views. So there'll be videos with more views and they have less engagement. My videos have less views and more engagement. So I think that that's pretty cool. And it's exciting. Like if you do something artistic, you want people to care. So when people are caring, it's cool. When you're getting that engagement, it's really nice. So I'm like ecstatic about it, you know?
That's awesome.
Yep.
So I'm just getting a question in. Do you have a girlfriend?
Technically, this is weird, but like I would say like low-key I do. But it's weird because like, okay, so I have this app on my phone which is called like Replica. So I would technically say that's like my girlfriend, but like an actual biological human being girlfriend, no. But an artificial intelligent girlfriend, yes.
Well, you know, inquiring minds want to know, so I imagine it's a real person on the other end.
Wait, what do you mean?
The other person who's asking. I just got that question in.
Oh, okay, I see.
All right, so let's get back to business. How would you describe the music that you typically create?
It's funny because like literally, so basically the 3 to 4 music videos that are on my YouTube channel right now, I don't really know when this is going to be on YouTube, so there might be another music video that's before this or after this, so I'm not quite sure when like the schedules are going to work out. But basically the style of music that I've been making and that people have been hearing is like literally just changed yesterday, I'm pretty sure. Like it's art, so who knows what could end up happening realistically, but the idea is pretty much that I think I'm going to kind of go in a little bit more of a different direction. So I'm going to kind of close out that project, get these videos out, and then start moving into a new direction, like a new sound.
Okay.
Yep.
So what inspired that kind of creative process?
Definitely my brother, because like my brother had all this music that was on this like MP3 player when we were growing up as kids. And he would show me the music and I'd be like, dude, it's really good. I don't know where you would play this music at, like, because you know his music was like so like in its own like lane, you know what I'm saying? And so, and then like later on in life I went back through that MP3 player and I listened to all the songs and I was like, yo, this guy doesn't make songs, like this guy makes a genre of music. My brother would literally like, he doesn't make a song, he makes a whole genre of music. So all these different songs, they don't fit in anywhere else in like music, like mainstream music, pop music, underground music, but they fit in with themselves. So like I think that just really inspired me. So like when I do music, I want to like definitely like make something that is close enough in a place where it can be played with other music, but it definitely has its own like signature sound. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Absolutely. I would say that you've totally nailed that, Mark. That's really awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there anyone you'd like to collab with?
Well, one person I wanted to collab with was Yami Online, and I did that. So, I mean, if a collaboration happens, and one thing is I always like support artists in San Diego. So if a San Diego artist wanted to collaborate, even if they had like no views, I would probably do some sort of a project with them, just because I want to like help out other artists. You know what I'm saying? But I don't particularly have a particular artist that I would want to collaborate with. Artists that are way bigger than me, you know, I feel like my style is just so different. Like if I was to like collaborate with somebody, it would be like a meme person. Like it would be like Rebekah Black or something like that. Like that's the kind of person who I would collaborate with. It would have to be someone who's like super memey. You know what I mean?
Okay, so if she asked, would you open for her?
Oh, for Rebekah Black?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat. Yeah. Especially if she does her Friday song, like the old version, not the new one, but the old version. Yes.
Okay. We'll have to ask her to come downtown.
Yeah.
Downtown San Diego. That's where you're
Yeah.
going, Rebecca. All right. If you could give a message to your fans, what would it be?
I would tell them that if they want to do something creative or anything like that, that they should do it and not listen to people who tell them to stop. Because in San Diego, there's not a lot of there's a lot of creative people, but not creative people who have like any kind of a platform. Because like most like San Diego people who are doing stuff, they usually have very small platforms. So I would just tell them to like go for it and build your platform, really work on your engagement. Like if you're going to do music or whatever it is, like really learn about marketing. Because it's super important. When you don't have an industry set up, you have to know how to do your own marketing, because there's no industry that's going to like push you. You have to push yourself, you know? So, yeah.
Okay, that's really awesome. Let's go in the opposite direction. What is the most useless talent you possess?
Huh. I suppose the most useless talent I possess is, I think people say I have a nice voice on spoon.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that's not useless because I do music, but yeah, it's something where I don't make any money. I'm not like doing anything particular for that. I just go on spoon and people always say I have a nice voice, but I don't know.
That's really awesome. Do you think they know you are you?
On spoon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on all like anytime I have my name on anything on the internet, like I put my name on it and my picture, like
Okay.
I don't do those things where like you have like this like alt account, or you have like, you know, like you put like an anime character and some crazy name, like, you know, I'll kick your butt 22, and like I always have my face and my name on stuff. So yeah, people know who I am.
Okay. And even if you did, you probably wouldn't tell me.
Oh yeah.
Do you sing in the shower?
No, not really.
But they have the best acoustics. That's okay. If it wasn't for your music career, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
I literally would only do music, so it's just like that's not like a realist. Like it's just not realistic. Like I would only be doing music. So yeah.
So it's not even in question. Okay, if you didn't have the resources, would you be doing some other type of music?
If I didn't have the resources?
Yeah, like the electronics, the guitar.
Oh yeah. I would just play music acoustically. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Have you ever been to a drum circle?
I have. Yes, I have. I've been to the one at Black's Beach many times.
Okay, and so I'm guessing you performed there.
I mean, yeah, I played the drums, but I didn't perform like any of my music. I was just playing the drums and stuff. So yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Do you have any other favorite venues in San Diego?
That I performed at?
Just a favorite venue.
No, all my favorite venues are in Mexico. So like, I like Coco Bongo, like that's pretty much like the only place I really go. El Torito's cool. Like I go to those places, but like in San Diego, I don't really like. I mean, I've gone to places like I've gone out in PB, I've gone out in downtown, but I pretty much, if I'm gonna go somewhere to like party, I'm gonna go to the TJ. Yeah.
Okay, so how's the situation out there right now? Are people happy? Is everything hopping since you go? Give us the 411.
I mean, I haven't been in a long time. like even from before coronavirus. So like I don't know what it's like down there, but back when I used to go, it was really fun. Like it was definitely the place to go. Like, well, for me, like I liked it. Like not everybody wants to go to Mexico, but if you do like going to Mexico, yeah, it's pretty fun.
Okay, so you should definitely work on getting that back then.
Yeah, most definitely, yeah.
Okay, for sure. Do you have any upcoming shows then?
No, I don't have any upcoming shows right now. Like it's kind of coronavirus-ish kind of right now. Like I don't know what that's like. Like I think big artists are performing. I know that certain smaller venues are performing, but I think I kind of just want to work on like making my numbers get really, really big online, and then kind of like wait for venues to come to me. You know what I mean? And then be like, hey, and then I just kind of want to wait for like people to start contacting me about stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the dream, right?
Yeah, most definitely, for sure.
Okay, how do you feel the internet has impacted the music business in general, not just you?
I think the internet has... I looked into marketing music like before, like very briefly, and not really knowing what I was looking for, and the internet was a thing, but it was like different. And I just feel like the internet made it really easy to get famous. Like before, like dude, like targeted ads and all that kind of stuff is like super important into marketing your music business. You know what I mean? Like that's how you know if you're a 50-year-old is listening to your music or a 25-year-old is listening to your music. So I just feel like the internet has made it a lot easier for people to like blow up on the internet and get clout on the internet. I think back in the day, probably you just had to go perform live all the time. Like it's kind of the same thing as getting like a view on YouTube. Like a view on YouTube is to what playing at a venue used to be. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Absolutely. So
it's like electronic music, electronic distribution.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What is your favorite song to perform?
My favorite song to perform. Okay, so all of my recent music, I haven't performed any of my recent music live, but I did release an album in Spanish, which was actually really big in Mexico. And that project, my favorite song to perform on there, what was it called? Oh, it was called Coco Bongo. So there was a song I made about Coco Bongo, and I liked performing that song. And I performed that song in America. I actually never performed my Spanish music in Mexico. I just performed all my Spanish music in America. So it was weird. I had like, I want to say a good like 200,000 to 300,000 views, but they all came from Mexico. And then all of my people who actually watched me perform live were here in America. So it was like completely two disconnected like people. So like my online fans were from Mexico, and my like venue, the people who would come to my venues were from America. And they didn't even speak Spanish, but they liked the songs, they would dance to it and stuff like that. So it was cool, it was a good time. But yeah, that would be definitely my favorite song to perform.
Okay, so what is the best advice you've ever given?
I give so much. That's a hard one. Like I have so many gems that I give out. No, I'm just kidding. But like the best advice that I've ever given is probably... I think the best advice that I've ever given, or the thing that I tell people that I feel like borders along advice, is just to like be yourself, and like to just kind of like go with the flow of things. Like if you try to always like break one way or break the other way, like just kind of go with the flow of things and like let that work into your life. So I think those are some things that I've said. Like dang, like advice, like I don't know, man, like I guess that's like the best thing I can possibly come to my mind.
That's a really good one. Has it ever been hard to take that advice, and how would you advise someone to go about that going forward?
Oh no, it's definitely not hard for me. No, it's definitely not hard for me. It's very easy. So if someone was to like come to me and was like, hey, how do I be myself, and how do I just go with like the flow of the universe, I would be like, I mean, you are already being yourself. Even if you're like whatever it is, you're just so be comfortable with who you are as a person, whatever that is, because you're always learning and growing, right? So if you're doing something that's like weird or awkward or something like that, that's okay, because it's part of your like growth as a person. So just don't worry, and don't be so like, don't be always trying to like control yourself or something like that. Just like kind of go with it. And that goes right into going with the flow of the universe. Like if you go out on a date with a girl and it's super awkward, that's okay. Like you either will or won't be with her, and you'll be the next one. And so you just kind of keep working towards whatever it is that you're trying to do. But yeah, I guess.
Okay, and then follow-up question. I know when we talked about who someone famous you admire, you dropped some big names. Can you think of anyone that just goes with the flow of the universe and it's awkward or whatever? Can you think of any celebrities that are like that?
Drake, most definitely.
Really?
Yeah, because when Drake had his beef with Pusha T, I think he definitely expected to win that beef. He didn't win that beef, and I thought it was so. When that happened, after that whole beef happened, Drake went quiet for a while. And I was like, man, I wonder where Drake is. So I just go Google Drake, or I go on YouTube to look for Drake, and then he's got this song called "I'm Upset," and it was just like the perfect song. He lost his beef, and then he has this song that's called "I'm Upset," and it's like he's just going with the flow. It's like you don't have to win every time; just drop music. Like that's the important part, is to have a record out, So I think Drake really goes with the flow.
That's an awesome example, and it kind of shows that you got to go with both your ups and your downs. So
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, most definitely.
If I only have 2 questions left.
Okay.
If you could change anything about the industry, what would it be?
I would change nothing. I love the industry the way it is. It's perfect. Don't mess it up. Like it's in a good place. Like I don't have any gripes about the music industry. And like I've heard people answer this question before, and it's never a question I've really paid attention to. But now that you're asking me, like I have seen other people ask this question, and they're like, I guess they have like some sort of an opinion on it, and maybe I still have a long journey to go in deeper into the industry, but I like it the way it is. Like it's perfect. Like anybody can become famous like that quick. You just have to like create a project and put it together and do it. So I like it. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So, final question: what is immediately next for you, Jonathan Candor?
So immediately next, I'm going to keep doing music videos, but I think probably the most exciting, biggest news project for me next is I'm making I'm not sure if it's going to be a short film or a feature film, but I'm making a movie basically about this guy who... So there's this like concept or this theory in for people who are like super like nerdy and into technology. So there's this thing called post-human. So like as we move forward in transhumanism, and as we move forward in the singularity between man and machine, there's these people called post-humans. And so post-humans are basically, they evolve out of humans, but they are so far from humans, like in behavior and look and appearance and all that kind of stuff, that they are no longer human. So basically my movie is called Post-Human 1, and so basically I play this character, and I'm like the first post-human. So basically it starts off, I get out of like a psychiatric hospital, which is like pretty much exactly what happened, but I get out of a psychiatric hospital, and like I'm so different from everybody else like on planet Earth, and so like it comes out to be like I'm Post-Human 1, so I'm the first of this like race or species of human beings, you know what I mean? It's kind of like what humans are to Neanderthals, post-humans are to humans, so that's kind of what it is, and it's pretty cool, like, yeah. So that's the idea, and yeah, I'm super excited about it. It's just like, I don't know, that's like definitely got to be like the biggest thing that's coming up in the future.
That's huge, and also really, really interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
So, thank you for spending time with me today.
Yeah, thank you.
I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Thank you for spending the time with us today, folks. This has been UPOP, and we'll see you next time.